have to. And he's down to 1 card, and that would probably be the game. We burn the treasure, sure, and we phase out this one. Man, that felt really rewarding. And hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today very cool deck that will be a bit fresh because it's a Hinata deck, something you probably didn't see since a very long time, and I'm pretty happy with the deck, so I think you will like it. We have very cool interactions, we have a lot of synergies. Hinata, you probably know the card. It basically gives you 1 mana discount on everything you target and 1 mana ward against your opponent targeting, so it is a bit more resilient, and for this reason, guess what, we are playing cards that go perfectly with the discount, and the best deal you get is 2 drops that have 1 colorless mana, and this is what we have here, because you can cast all of those cards for a single point of mana. You know, we can also make the more expensive plays, but it's mostly this, and when you can cast 1 mana Negate, 1 mana Stroke, or just go for removal with Destroy Evil, Soul Partition, all this good stuff, like you are getting so much tempo, and usually I consider it a 6 drop. You know, you play it for 4 mana and then you keep up 2 protection spells like Negate and Valorous Stance. Don't forget, this can kill shorted and it can also protect your Hinata. And this is how we get ahead in tempo. I still included 1 Temporal Firestorm, you will probably see it in action, I think. And yeah, you can protect and phase out your own Hinata to protect it. And then it sweeps only the opponent's part of the board, and it is also protected for your opponent turn. So you need to untap before they can target it again. That's actually huge. You are guaranteed to untap with Hinata. So this is the deck. Don't forget, you can Soul Partition your own Hinata. So this can be basically a counter spell if you are protecting. And believe me, they will try to kill this. So it's cool. The deck is super fun. You will probably see the stats if I don't forget to edit them. So we were like 57%, I think, win rate. And yeah, in Mythic, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with it. I think this is exactly where the deck is around. It's pretty solid. It plays like a control. It has some added benefit from the tempo. Like, usually control deck is just playing your cards 1 for 1. If you can get any kind of synergy, you are getting ahead of, you know, classic control deck. And sometimes it will win you the game, because you play Hinata, you Valorous Stance their shorted, and you counter their removal with Negate. Suddenly you untap and you have all the answers and you can go for all the value. So, you know, this is the deck. I hope you will like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want, you know, this kind of decks, or if you want other kind of decks. It really shows me your support. And I mean, let's go into the games and play some Magic. Alright, going second. Actually, it's not as bad as usually, because we want some extra cards. Let's go like this, because he doesn't have a 1-drop, which is good for us, and it means that whatever happens on the next turn, it will be 1 card that we need to answer. And we can go like this, right? He won't want to protect it, so I think we do it like this. Honestly, I think we take the damage. Who knows, maybe it's land into Fable and we negate it. Who knows? Maybe. Alright, negate, trade it. And now we will go with Flame Blast Bolt probably. We have only 1 red mana, that's important. So I will have 4 damage. It might not be enough for shorted, so let's actually keep it. Oh, but I have Destroy Evil for the shorted, never mind. It's actually perfect. So he sees that we tap the red mana, but we still have the control mana. If that's shorted, that would be perfect fit for our card. See? Mythic level gaming. Right there. Alright. Or some decent predictions. So, mana screwed. Perfect. That's how I like it. Make all the right calls and then get mana screwed compared to your opponent. That's the life. So definitely extremely. This is the worst mana screw we could hope, because this was the turn when we activated Memory Deluge, and so he whiffed, right? Hopefully. We would draw 2 extra cards and probably win the game from there. So extremely big drawback. Let's see if we can come back from it. Soul Partition is low value. But if we... Okay, that's actually fine. That's fine. So he will probably pay and create some board pressure, which is fine because we are at 16, we can kill this. And we would have open mana on this turn and a lot of cards, but we are playing from behind right now. Our opponent did not miss any land drops. I mean, not much choice here, so let's just go with it. We definitely want the red mana, it doesn't really matter for the second one. Do we go for Hinata for some tempo? It might be Invoke Despair, right? But Invoke Despair is always good, so there's not much we can do about it. And we get some discounts finally. Maybe we... This is the extra turn, like we are having in a way. And that's 3 mana. Now we do this. Now we waste a little bit of value, but we have enough probably to keep going. And when we start drawing cards with those into Memory Deluge, that should be fine. I could protect Hinata, but I actually don't need to. This is 4 damage, and he's down to 2 cards only. You know that one of them will probably invoke, so that's a problem. I would love to hit a counter spell. And as you can see, it looks scary, but after one turn, suddenly nothing is in the board. Alright, 5. Let's play the tap land, because we have 5 mana plays. We probably take this damage. We'll see. I really don't want to tap out. Oh, that means no invoke. Alright, so he is at the random top deck. Cutdown would actually be decent, because he can kill his own creature in response and you know, negate our card draw. I will take this one hit more. As long as you aren't on 6, it's not as scary. Alright. Sure. Let's wait until maybe he has something better like Shorted. Alright. Now we can start playing at the end step, which is really comfortable for us. Alright, a lot of Soul Partition, Stroke, that's a good start. So we take a little bit of damage, but we have Memory Deluge. If he whiffs, we play Memory Deluge and probably win the game from there. If he plays something, we just counter it. Alright. Alright, we got there. So let's go this and probably Memory Deluge, right? Let's just keep having value every single turn. Land is super cool. And now we can play Hinata into triple play. Why aren't you... Oh, you need the target, right? Alright, so we trade Hinata. You know, not the perfect play, but it's basically a 5 mana counter spell together, right? And we still keep the guard down. So at some point he will whiff from the counter spells and we can keep playing Hinata every turn. And that's the cool part. Alright. This might be the Emperor turn. So we aren't so predictable, right? Because we are at 7, so we need to be careful. And this cost us a lot of tempo. So that was good for one time, but maybe not for more. So the token will be partitioned, probably. And he needs to attack, because otherwise he cannot kill us in time. So he doesn't really have the luxury to just test the Emperor, he just needs to risk it, and in this case he kinda lost. Oh, Memory Deluge is more mana efficient, so let's go for 4 mana play. Farewell is always nice to have in the hand, and Flame Blast board. Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it, because then we can have more mana for Hinata. We start with the Emperor, so we want to keep her alive. Let's kill the Blessed Board. I don't see instant, so I think they might not have a removal. And we say go. And Hinata seems pretty cool. Man, it's so good, like this is such a good protection spell. Alright. So we just need to hit Invoke Despair and he will explode, right? That's the plan. Harvester, sure. If we untap with Hinata, it's getting way better, man, and we can even start plussing it. But probably I will just -1 for Invoke Protection. Land, sure. When we start drawing cards for 4 mana, it's really good, on top of removal. So yeah, I think the game should be closed at this point. I could slow him down, but we don't need to do it. So, Fires of Victory. Just so we can get some nice value. Very nice. And we say Smork. The face. Alright, like 2 or 3 turns to go, and we can negate the invoke. No invoke so far, but I'm pretty sure they play at least like 3, right? Look at the mana base, it's mostly black. Tainted Adversary. 1. Yeah, it's not scary. Like with Hinata, we can actually go super hard with this kind of stuff. And I think we play the Emperor just for the extra tempo. Because if we play like this, we can force the ground creature to be, you know, perfect for adversary. This is pretty good, so I will keep it as well. Alright, Smork. 8 damage to the face. It's getting serious for our opponent. He takes it all, which is probably a good call, but he doesn't know how much instant interactions we have right now. We could go for enchantments, for example, but it's really taxing on our mana, and I want counterspell both of those and possibly Otawara. I can play all of them, right? Yeah, I can play all of those 4 spells in 1 turn, and he might die very, very quickly. Alright. What would you say for Soul Partition? Because it makes the zombies much weaker, right? He needs to pay the tax, so it's way harder. For example, right now he cannot pay extra 3 unless he plays the land. That's a sure dead. Alright. I think it's fine. This doesn't draw cards. I want to cast Memory Deluge at the end step. And at the upkeep I will play some removal, you know, for a very cheap price. Oh, he really wants this Emperor, but it's not worth it. Like, he's dealing 2 damage, basically. This is way better, because if he wins, it's by damage to the face, basically. Alright, we block 1 of them, and I think we don't care about the 2 damage. Especially that we want to Memory Deluge, right? Let's resolve all. Board suddenly empty. And that should be it. Let's just make sure that we have this upkeep stuff. Man, 1 mana Soul Partition is absolutely ridiculously amazing. Probably the Emperor, because why not? And I mean, Bankbusters maybe? Mana could also be useful, but let's go like this. Alright, now if they replay shorted, we just counter it or bounce it. Let's draw with no pain. And that is a Lethal, right? Let's go for Hinata. Attack, no priority, Emperor, and we go for 10 damage total. That was a man. Hinata, this 1 mana discount makes such a huge difference in like very action-packed game. Alright guys, this will be one of those games. If we hit the 3rd land, we are absolutely fine. 2 draws. We have 20 something lands, right? So I think it's decent. If not, we have 2 plays to start for the game. So our opening kinda sucks, but if we can hit single land, it all is worth it. Of course. Easy. Alright, we have to Soul Partition this, and we are running out of time to win this game. Man, for some reason lately I've been getting mana screwed like crazy. Like honestly, since like 2 days, it's just a nightmare. See? This is what I mean. I'm playing Magic. We had such good opening. Was it a mistake to keep 2-lander? I don't think so. I think like it would be better on the draw, right? In this particular case, because we had a Dancer on turn 2, and but we would still miss the land even on the draw. And our opponent has huge, ridiculous advantage. And he just wasted it. Right, let's see the hit. Now he knows that something is up, because suddenly we have priority and we didn't have one. So he actually played perfectly into our game plan. He lost the best card, he used our mana, and now we are starting to slowly crawl back into the game. Let's see his turn. Like, we are still very behind because we basically gave him free time walk, and you know, that's a good card. If you have time walk, you probably are pretty happy. But, I mean, we are not getting lands natural. I think we are so behind we need to go double Memory Deluge. I don't have time to pay for mana, I'm already so behind. Easy tap land. We needed this Emperor so freaking hard, man. So... that's it. And this is how I need to play, man. Like, Goblin is the only way I hit my lands. And this is interesting. We could Emperor and just kill it for free and get another treasure for the next turn. The problem is that Atsushi perfectly kills a 4 loyalty Emperor. So I think Atsushi will be killed. We play the land, so we are guaranteed to go for the Emperor on the next turn. Hinata would be great if we didn't miss like two turns, basically. If not this Goblin, we would miss our second turn fully in early. Oh, I like it. Some junk gaming. Alright, so this is the only legendary, right? The point is that he needs to attack with it, right? If he goes like this, we can go for the big score. Maybe we actually discard Hinata, she's not great from behind. We definitely take this hit. So he expects the Emperor and doesn't want to play into it, but what we will show him is that he still is behind. We cannot lose this mana, we need to keep going. It's Fires of Vic. I don't want to show that I have the Emperor. I think it's Hinata. It doesn't trade very well versus this, and we have more. Man, we will never hit our stuff, will we? Okay, very good draw. We need those lands, man. I think we can win this, but we need to... Look at this, this is still here, like, it was supposed to ramp him. By the way, that is the perfect curve, right? 2, 3, 4, and I mean 5, I guess. Alright, how do we do it? We keep the Emperor, we have the Memory Deluge, but most importantly, if he doesn't attack with this, he only deals 3 damage. And we can use Fires of Victory. Sure, bro. Enjoy. This is so slow. This is 4 mana 1 drop. Perfect. He doesn't have all the colors, right? I think he's pretty far from it. He can create treasure, so that fixes a little bit of mana. So he has white, green and red. He lacks black and blue. Black, blue. Cool. Let's see if he attacks. And that's interesting. Yeah, I don't think we want to play the Emperor. So, we probably want to Soul Partition the briefcase or the treasure to avoid him drawing cards. We cannot allow it. What we do, I think, is this. Like, this way we draw a card, we negate all the pressure, and see? Second Hinata is here. We might use treasures anytime. Oh, missing land drops, man. I hate it. We missed so many land drops, man, this game. And we have infinite value, so every land we missed is basically less value. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. So he can fix 2 mana. Oh, but this is... Alright, he needs this one, right? For 1 of the mana. He has only 1. Is it Bankbuster? I don't think it is Bankbuster. I think we keep... Like, he cannot even attack with those creatures. He wants to avoid the Emperor, so he doesn't attack with this one. Reckoner. Alright, so some permanents, sure. She's not great on her own, right? She needs more effects. And the second trigger is like, what? Gain life? Nobody cares, bro. So, you know, it's a strong card, we need to be mindful of it, but... it's still not here. So he wants to attack with this because it doesn't tap out. What we have to do right now, I think we need to hit the land and finally start going, man. So this is very expensive play, but it guarantees untapped land on the next turn, like the coast. I think farewell, man. You cannot beat farewell in this situation. You might actually just sweep everything, right? That should be the game-winning play, I think. Then he has literally nothing, 2 cards against 7. We go for everything except the graveyards, right? Yeah, he doesn't use the graveyard. And this is an exile effect, so he doesn't get any value, and that should be the explosion. That's why Memory Deluge is pretty good card, you know? And his whole strategy was ramp into this kind of situation that is overwhelming, and now he has nothing. Against full control deck on 6 land, we managed to win this game even after getting mana screwed. I think that's a good testimony to how powerful the deck can be. Alright, so we are on the draw, but we have double Flame Blast board, so we are brave. And let's see what our opponent is doing. Our mana base, I mean, definitely Sokenzan seems pretty good. And as you can see, man, Flame Blast Bolt, the best card in Magic since like months. Man, it is such a perfect answer to this. And we can get moment. Man, I have this crazy path. So we can answer the next play. Like, it's really good for him, man. Like, he's not freaking joking around. I mean, we get one Toxic from this one, we probably Flame Blast Bolt this one, and then Fires of Victory, whatever comes next, because something will come. I mean, the Fable would be great. We have quite a bit of lands. Not sure if he has some kind of protection spells or what, but let's try it. Alright, I mean, Flame Blast Bolt, man. MVP of every game in Standard. And that's a Scroll of Hive. Good card, but a slow one. Let's start with the Fable for sure. So we already create a blocker in a way. I'm not sure if they can remove it. Maybe. They have black mana for some reason. But maybe they just trade. I don't think I need more. I need to keep up my, you know, poison levels in check. Especially that I cycle a lot of cards. So he is absolutely crazy on the opening. But other than this, man, it's not as bad. To be honest, I like all of those cards. Like, I can go Fires of Victory into Destroy Evil, right? We kill this, he's down to one card. Then we play the next land and go for Fires of Victory into Cardo. Or maybe I'm crazy, but I like it. I think it's a good draw overall. Let's destroy the enchantment, so he doesn't get any kind of value. Maybe we wait one more... No, we probably cannot go like this. The value. But the value is so good. Duelist. Alright, that's way better target. I hope we won't get out of value, you know? He can pump it to what? 3-2, right? So it's not good enough. It's 2 cards in the end. Yeah, you can tap it. Alright. Still, not over for sure. And you know that we will get flooded after we made a huge tempo play at the cost of value. So that will be a bit rough. They can trade against Fable. I wonder how they will do it. Alright, so let's transform. That was the card for the turn, man. It sucks. It's fine. So we will try to make some shenanigans, right? This is something we need to keep in mind for sure. So he knows he can activate it. Do we try to trade Kiki Jiki or just force the trade here? I think we go like this. No. This forces the reaction, so it cuts his mana a little bit. Alright, now we go for the big play. No, not the biggest, just 2 damage, and you know it will be pure lands from now on. Like forever. Oh boy. Like, we had advantage with the cards, but our cards suck and his doesn't. Like, moment I made the 0 value play, I knew I will get like 3 next cards, easy lands. I mean, that's devastating. This put us extremely behind again. Like, we need to draw something that is not a land, man. Alright, hopefully he will pump and trade here. No, alright. So, 4 mana play, I would guess. Alright, he definitely doesn't know how to whiff. We can teach him. Wow, thank you, Magic. That was absolutely game decided by pure skill. I mean, if you draw 4 lands from the top and your opponent draws Cardo into like multiple creatures, I think we know the idea. Honestly, the game was won. We had basically more cards and more top decks than him, but our top decks just suck so hard that it didn't matter. He doesn't even pump with the seed core. Nice. Mythic level gaming. We drew 5 or 6 lands by now. Alright, I mean, you know, it's a bit irritating, but it happens, but it's just fun. Well, like, I usually avoid making this kind of plays because I know my top decks will be way worse than my opponent, and that's not healthy way. See? See what I mean? I will leave this game, so you guys, like, if you are in this situation, no, you are not alone. We all have this. Man, this 1-drop just freaking kills me. This is the first card since 6 turns that actually is playable. You know, technically you can play lands, but you get the idea. Alright, normally I would save like 2 lands, but I think it's way... Like, look at this, he just... added... Oh my god. Oh my god, what a game. I mean, deck definitely didn't perform, right? It's a joke. We just drew so many lands, man. Oh boy. We had such a good opening against what he had, but at some point you need to draw better. Like, man, we play 4 of those, not 15. We always start with multiple Hinatas. Alright, our opponent goes first. We have Soul Partition. Soul Partition will probably be extremely good here. Just to... Like, man, what's going with the shuffler? This is the second game in a row when I drew triple Hinata. I draw more Hinatas than lands. Like, truly. No joke. I didn't go over 3 lands. Like, I got mana screwed completely and I lost the game because I drew all of the Hinatas and no lands. I mean, it's getting there. Like, I'm playing 25 lands, man. Not 5. Like, if I played 4 lands, I would get more lands right now than 25. I mean, legit. Alright, we still have the chance. If we don't get mana screwed this time, are we allowed to play a Magic game? Alright, this is weird. This is a very slow card, but it works when your opponent isn't allowed to play Magic, right? So how do we approach it? I think we go for... This is really not scary. We need time, not value. And if he wants to recast it... How am I supposed to play Magic? Like, seriously. I draw more Hinatas than lands every game. Like, my opponent is basically playing versus Sparky because, man, I played 25 lands, not 1. Oh boy, super frustrating game so far. Sorry guys, but it's happened twice in a row, and at this point I'm cutting Hinatas just to stop drawing 3 of them in my opening hand. Man, I also play 4 Emperors. I don't remember starting every game with 3 of them. Alright, so with the Fable we will finally fix this mess of a game. And maybe we can stabilize. We probably get rid of double Hinata, something like crazy. Which is... it's unfortunate because we want this card. This is a good card. We want it. Can we take this damage and attack with the Goblin? They take the damage, then we have extra mana for Hinata. That might be really huge, man. Alright, I'm taking the damage. I'm taking the damage. That was my decision. So I definitely need 1 Hinata. Do we need more? Because probably the first one will die still. Oh, Disdainful Stroke might not hit too much. Oh, Negate can get around removal, right? So Stroke? Let's go for Stroke. I might regret it, but with Negate I think we have enough. I think we have enough. So let's play... First, let's attack with the Goblin, just to make sure that we get this treasure. And if he wants to trade, I'm super happy with it. Yeah, I'm not sure if he would trade if he knew about it. Yeah, he gets the cards, but you know... We have so much value. We could also go for the Emperor, but I honestly think Hinata is a bit better. And Treasure means that we have all the value in the world. And if he has one big spell like Invoke Despair, we just negate it, stabilize the board, and we can go from there. Man, what an awkward opening. But thanks to the Fable, we start to fix triple Hinata back. Alright, and how do we go for it? Gixan Infiltrator, whenever you sacrifice another permanent, put a counter, sure. And it would be so much easier if we weren't playing from behind. So, a lot of creatures, but they're not big right now, and we still have the Emperor. And now we end up with Hinata, and the game suddenly shifts. Alright, much better. Will we draw some lands? You know what? Let's go like this. Oh, but the Emperor. Emperor is super nice. Alright, let's play differently. I keep the blockers, so he will probably want to start sacrificing a lot of stuff, but I think we can slow him down enough. So that's the crucial card for his deck. Let's get rid of it. And see if he has another one. So he will like sacrifice all of his creatures, then get them back with the VAT, you know, that's the kind of value. Oh, that's interesting. So how many cards he wants to sacrifice? He needs to sacrifice quite a lot, right? Oh, the blood tokens, alright, but we can give the first strike. So I think we should be okay. He needs also to burn the blood tokens altogether and burn most of his mana, right? Alright. So, how do we want to do it? Do we just play the Emperor or go big score into some shenanigans? Because we could also do it. Maybe we can play another Hinata, right? Alright, let's go like this. Sorry guys, I'm thinking about all the possibilities, because this is a situation when you can get so much value. But I think we protect Hinata, so we get free kill here. He draws a card, but we should be still able to outdraw him. And now we can exile the underdog and kill the opportunists if we want. And that should help to fix the game. We have also a 5/5 with flying, so we can start attacking him very quickly. Alright, so he can sacrifice more and get this to a bit higher amount. Let's get rid of the underdog first. Let's go for the big score. And I don't think we need more Hinatas at this point, so let's cycle this one. Alright, so this is the card we needed to fix the games. Alright, so this changes the situation. So for now we actually don't want to attack. Because on the next turn we can plus on the Hinata, so it's 6/6. And then we can Firestorm, or we can just protect whatever we want, right? Let's see if he can sacrifice somehow. Alright, 2 damage to the face, it's actually fine. Especially that we like sweep the whole board anyway, right? He cannot really attack unless he wants to go with this blood token. Alright, so the Emperor can die. I think what we want to do is block like this. Get the Emperor back because it's a really good card. Man, playing spells for 1 mana feels much better than for 2 mana. I'll tell you that. And we finally got a free block. Yeah, it's nice. But it doesn't super matter because we sweep the board anyway, right? But hopefully it encourages him to play more into the board. Man, that would be such a nice sweeper. Let's draw a card. That's a good one. Alright, so the start was ridiculously hard, but in the end we have done it. So we will go with the kicker, probably. But first attack, right? Why not waste? Why waste the damage if we don't have to? And he's down to 1 card, and that would probably be the game. Let's go for White Kicker, I guess. We burn the treasure, sure, and we phase out this one. Man, that felt really rewarding, and Hinata is protected for his next turn, so now we can untap with Soul Partition, so when he has any kind of removal, he cannot really kill her anyway. Is it her or it? I have no idea. Hinata seems like she, but... Alright, that's not important. Let's get a good game, and I think this showcases what the deck is about, but you need to start hitting those lands, otherwise it doesn't really work.